Hi, Greg here. In my last video I mentioned I picked up LEGO Creator Set 31005, the construction hauler, and this is a set that I've really been wanting for a long time, and I finally got it and I unboxed everything. This is everything that came out of it. 3 bags, 2 manuals. In the first video here you're going to see me build the construction hauler, and then I'm going to make 2 more videos off of this showing this Humvee that you can build along with a little car that goes behind it and this bucket truck, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This is the completed construction hauler. It was a really good build. Had a lot of fun putting it together. It took me a while, and there's a lot of neat elements to this. It came in 3 separate parts, which included the dozer backhoe, which you see on the trailer, the front part of the rig, and then the trailer of the truck. And I wanted to show you each of those individually and give you my impressions of each of them. Here's the first thing you build when you open the instructions for the construction hauler. This is a little dozer backhoe that they include. I thought it was a nice little bonus that they throw on. It could have just been a truck, and I thought it was neat they made this. What this backhoe really reminded me of was the mock that I made when I reviewed the Power Digger set. I built something very similar to this without knowledge of this set in particular, and I thought it'd be fun to compare those later, but I'll show you what this thing consists of. It's just pretty simple through the main section there. It's got bigger tires in the back and smaller on the front, and then it's got some function right here with the dozer part of it on the front, so you can plow and then pick things up, which is pretty cool. I like what they did there. And then the back end of it is a little bit nicer because it swings around sideways and then also has multiple articulation levels there, so you can pick things up with that. It's a little clicky in the back. I kind of like the way the front works a little better. But as a little bonus, just with the construction hauler, I thought this was a fun little build that they made on there, and I'm glad they put that in there. The second build from this set was the main truck, and I thought this was the most impressive part of this entire set. From the outside, it really doesn't look like anything too amazing, but there was a lot that went into the main section right here that you're looking at, and I was impressed with the way the things snapped together and the different angles and stuff that they took inside there. I'll give you a little bit of a view of the truck. There's the front. It kind of reminds me of Optimus Prime a little bit, and I started thinking like, oh man, I wonder if I could make this into a Transformer or make Optimus Prime out of this. But you can see the stacks that go up the back there, which I thought was a nice element. This is where the trailer hooks on. It's got a pretty simple little back area there, which you'll find in pretty much any Lego truck or vehicle. It's got some exhaust work and side panelings there. These move out a little bit on the sides just to kind of cover the stacks that are going up the back. And then on the top, this is the one thing that I would probably change about the main truck build of this. I like the air horns that are on the front, but I feel like these lights that are on the back right here, I feel like they should be in the front. They should have been right there instead. But speaking of lighting, it does have some cool lights down here, and I like the way that looks. There's sort of like a turn signal type light, and then you got the headlight. And if you can't tell, I'm not sure if you can tell in this lighting, but these grill pieces here are almost like a chrome look, and it's really awesome. I never really noticed any Lego like that before, at least in my collection. They kind of look gray in this light, but they are actually chrome, and I think that was a really nice touch. And I like the flat look of this, and I like the panels. They use the tiny little windows for the front there that are kind of blocked off for the most part. You can see how far down they go. And then there's actually a turn signal light in there too, which is pretty cool. And then these bars going up the side. This is a really fun build. I think they did a really good job with this. A couple things I would change, but I'm also very impressed with it, with the way that the front end went together. That was really cool. They did a amazing job. That was the highlight of this set for sure. And for the last piece, this is the trailer. This is probably the least impressive part of the entire build, but it is just a trailer. I mean, you can't really expect a whole lot. It works really well. It's got a tongue on the front that goes right into the truck like this, so that fits in there really nicely. And then moving around to the back here, it's got the panels that come down, so you can drive your piece of construction equipment right up. And the way they have it in the manual is to put this on here like this, and then the hook just kind of goes down like that. So that works out really well. Take this stuff back off so you can see a little bit more of the bottom of it and how it was built. But here is the bottom and the small tires in the back, which I think looked really good. I'm glad that they did those instead of the larger style ones. And then it just has a nice frame going here. You can move this up the whole way, but it doesn't move up quite as much when you have the construction equipment on the back. There's no tail lights or anything on this, which I thought was kind of strange. There's no lighting at all. And then the top is all just kind of flat pieces, which gives it a nice glossy look, and I think that's nice. And then these, I think, are supposed to be an accessory. They have them on there completely, but I think these are supposed to come off. Of course they won't while I'm filming it, but these are construction cones, and if you can take those off, you know what, I'm going to have to deduct some points for that, because these are way too hard to get apart. Finally got that off. That's a look at one of the construction cones. Can't say I'm a big fan of the way these are put on here. It's too hard to get them off. I wasn't liking that at all, so hopefully you're just going to keep those on there, but if you ever do try to make this kind of playable, it doesn't work out very well. But as a look on it, I think it looks okay, and that's not a bad trailer, just not my favorite part of the set. That's my opinion of the first build from LEGO Creator Set 31005 Construction Hauler. Very satisfied with the piece of construction equipment and the rig itself. The trailer is a little lacking, but I think it's a good start, and I'm hoping that the next two builds are just as good. You'll have to come back in the next video to see my second build from this Creator set. Thanks for watching.